morning, brothers and sisters, to another day of morning heart devotion. And let us begin by offering our greetings to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. 천징 참부님께 경배. 바로. And to lead us into the family pledge, I'd like to invite up Reverend Milhan Stevens.
가정맹세 1. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 번향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조의 상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조의 상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 전상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 자녀극 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Reverend Milhan. And to open us up in prayer, I'd like to invite up Mrs. Chiaki Iwamoto. So if Mrs. Chiaki Iwamoto, if you can please unmute yourself.
Our lovely Heavenly Father, true parents, thank you for giving us new day. Father, I'm really grateful.
主的天父，我们可以非常感谢。
I can start one day.
我可以开启新一天。
Dr. Yong's morning devotion.
以这参加每天早上有Dr. Yong指导的晨更。
So many things.
也感谢Dr. Yong给我们的指导。
How important this 7 years course. We understand.
我们了解到这7年的路程是非常的重要。
Suffer. How true parents.
也了解真父母所付出的劳苦跟牺牲。
And teaching us.
也教导我们，指导我们。带领着我们，这母亲带领着大大的我们来领受大大的胜利， 也能够安慰天父母、真父
We
母。
really want to unite
我们希望能够完全
and
跟真母
we
亲、
want to
跟
go
天父母合一。
this 7 years course
在这
with
7 年
true
的
mother.
路程，
Father,
与
thank
真母亲
you
完全的合
giving
一。
this beautiful golden age.
也
And
感谢在我们能
thank you
够
for waking
在这个
us
黄金的
how
期间
important
生活在与真母亲在一
time
起。
we are living with true parents. Dr. Yong, thank you very much. Thank you
也
very
再
much
再
for
次
teaching us
感谢
we
Dr. Yong
are
指导
living
我们，
with true mother.
我们
So
在跟真
we
母亲
just
一
want
起
to
的
go
时刻，
forward and
让我们同
really
进，
establish this dispensation.
能够
Thank you
让
for
在这
giving
个设理
faith.
性的时代
And
一起
please
前
be
进。
with us this morning devotion.
也
I
盼天父母
pray
能与我们
in
同
the
在
name
今天早
of
上。
Norihisa Chiaki Iwamoto, Center Blessing Family, 아주
아주
Thank you, 치아키-상, for your beautiful prayer. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Jackson. And now, brothers and sisters, let us go out into breakouts so that we can share our appreciation for today. And if you're joining here alone, please take this time to reflect as well. So, with that, let us go into our breakouts.
10分钟啊。
And welcome back, brothers and sisters. I hope you were able to have a wonderful time sharing with each other your gratitude and appreciation points or anything insightful and exciting. I definitely was inspired to hear one of our brothers in our breakout room. So I'd like to invite him up.
刚
Please
刚
help me
有一
welcome
个
up
弟兄分享，
Bishop Dr.
请他来分
Wakas,
享。
all the way from Pakistan. Bishop Wakas, if you can please unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you very much. First of all, very, very good morning, all of you.
大家早安。
I'm very thankful, especially Dr. Yong.
非常感谢，特别是 Dr. Yong，
Especially send me book Mother of Peace. These days I'm studying.
就收到他寄给我 Dr. Yong 寄给我的这个《母亲之传》。
We have Bishop Confederation Council of the Bishops, heads of the national churches in Pakistan, working for peace. Yeah, because Mother Moon, Dr. Young, especially goal peace all over the world. And we are believer by Lord Jesus Christ is the peace of peace. So peace is very, very important. So these days, me
在他的国家就是有基督教的背景，那他以支持正母亲推动和平的运动。
for peace. And very soon, we are also very happy in Pakistan, especially programs like America, Mother Moon are there, special program for peace, blessing and peace. So we need Pakistan blessing.
巴基斯坦希望要有这个祝福跟和平的活动。
In Pakistan, very soon, blessing for peace are coming. So thank you very much.
在巴基斯坦很快就会有祝福跟和平的庆典。
I love you. I receiving the blessings. We are blessed. Me blessed, my wife, my children, also my family is very blessed. So thank you very much.
所以他的整个家族都已经祝福了。
Thank you, Bishop Wakas. You join from the Pakistan every day. I can see your face, your couple. Thank you, really.
每天早上可以看到你的参与哈，是非常感谢。
God bless your couple, your family, your nation.
真祝福你的家庭、你的夫妻、你的国家。
Thank you very much for sharing, Bishop Dr. Wakas. And next, I'd like to call on Mrs. Mary Helen Robles to please share. So please unmute yourself.
Oh, my. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Yong. What a pleasure. Goodness.
Hallelujah.
I'm so grateful always to wake up and have morning service revive me.
早上起来晨更是很感谢的事。
And just the deep understanding that you're giving to us every day. I'm just so grateful for our true mother and the amazing message that she brought and just giving such clear direction to us and to our nation. And I just so grateful. And I just feel like this nation through you and through her presence is we're all
感受到网络不稳
and
定。
we want to hang on to that. We don't want it to be for a moment. We want to continue with that momentum. So with you and your leadership, I know we can do this together. And I'm just so grateful for everything that you share with us all the time. So
可以。
again, blessings to you and your family and to all of our brothers.
所以每天早上能够领受的对用的指导，是感受到是一个美好的事情。
Thank you very much. All right, brothers and sisters. So now we like to go to our main internal guidance for this morning. And to give us that guidance, I like to invite our Continental Director, Dr. Chonshik Yong. So good morning, Dr. Yong.
네. 안녕하세요.
大家好。
Good morning. Good morning. 오하요 고자이마스. Ni hao ma. Bonjour. Buenos dias. buongiorno, guten morgen, selamat pagi, dobraye utra, peace, salam, salam alaikum, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat, sawadee namaste. My dear brothers and sisters, clergy and members of For Peace, 안녕하십니까? Wow, yesterday we had a very, very beautiful time. You know, I cannot mention in detail. Anyway, today also, let's listen to the reflections of the last June 5 rally. This morning we will listen to the testimonies of a few Christian pastors and our
以及有一些基督教牧的牧师跟还有一些二世他们的分享。
to the leaders and have a morning devotion. So please, Heavenly Honey, could you read through Mother's word?
From now, ACLC must actively guide all ministers to become registered in Chumbo-Wan. This is the secret to
从现在
receive
开
the
始
greatest
，ACLC
blessing. This must be
必须
realized,
积极引
starting
导
with
所有
Dr.
牧师人
Rouse.
入籍天宝
You
院，
should know
这是获
that
得
for
最
you
大的
to
祝
be
福的秘
living on
诀。
earth
从
at the
Rose
same
博士
time
开
as
始，
true
必须意识
mother
到这一点。
makes
你应该
this
知道，
the
你和真母
burden
亲
age of
同
all
时生活
ages.
在这个地上，
This is a time
这
that must
使
not
得
be
这个
missed.
时代成为
I
所有
came
时
to
代的黄金时
America
代。
so that
这
true
是一个
parents
不
can
容
come to the earth and bless the
错过的
righteous people who have a
时刻。我来
relationship
到美
with
国是为了
heaven.
让真父母能够来到世
Humankind,
上，并祝
including
福与
all
天
blessed
有关系
families,
的艺人。
must take
人类
responsibility
包括所有
before
祝福家
heaven.
庭，必须在天
That
面
is the
前承担责
principle
任。
of
这就是
creation.
创造原理。
Until now, human history has been in the
迄今为
winter
止，人类
season.
历史一直
It
处于
has
冬
been a
季，
freezing
这是一
cold,
段
dark
冰冷
history.
黑暗的历史。
However,
然
thanks to
而，
the true parents,
多亏了真父母，
especially the
尤
only
其是
begotten daughter,
独
the
生
true
女真
mother,
母亲，
the spring of the
春
providence
天的
has
春
now
天的设立
arrived.
已经来到了。
This spring
这
season
个
must
春
not be
天一
missed.
定不能错
In
过。
2023,
在
we
2023 年，
must do what
我
was
们
not
必须
possible in all
做
of
在
Christian
基督
history
教历
and
史
the
和以色
history
列
of the
人民
people of
历史
Israel.
中不
We
可能
must
实现的
dedicate
事
a
情。
temple
我们必
that can
须
host
奉献
heavenly
一座可以
parents.
容纳天父的
By
圣殿。
consecrating this
通过
temple,
奉献
we
是
will,
为
we
圣殿，
will
我
be
们
able to
将
see the
能
sunlight
够在
for
人
the
类
first
6000年历史
time
中
in the
第一
6,000
次
years of
看
human
到人类
history.
的曙光。
Therefore, the blessed families who lived in this age must stand
因
in
此，
the
生活
position of
在这个时代的祝福
responsibility.
家庭必须
Together
站
with
在
true
负起责任的
mother,
位
the
置。
only
我们
begotten
必须
daughter
与
who is still living
仍
on
然生
earth,
活在世上
we
的
must
独生女真
attend
母亲一
heavenly
起侍奉
time
天父母，
and become
成为喜
objects
乐
of
和
joy
赞美的
and
对象。
praise.
你一定
You
是
must
天
be
父
the
母能够
ones
夸
whom
耀的
Heavenly
人，
Parent can praise and say,
也会
Thank
说
you
谢
for
谢
being here.
你的
Thank
到
you for
来，谢谢
being
你
by my
一
side.
直在我身边。
Throughout the 6,000 years of human history,
纵
the
观人类
natural
6000
world
年
has
的
been
历史，
destroyed by
自然界一
war,
直被战争、
conflict, and human
冲突和
ignorance.
人类的无知所
Blessed
摧毁。
families must take
祝福家庭必
responsibility
须负起
to
责任，
fulfill the
即
dream of
实现
heavenly
天
parent
父和真
and
父母
true
的梦
parent
想
and the hope
和
of
全人类
all
的希望。
humankind. We must
所以
restore the
我们必
natural
须恢
environment.
复自然的环境。
Earlier,
早些
Thomas
时候
Walsh
，Dr.
said that he
Walsh
will
表
devote
示说，他
himself
将奉献自
until
己
the
的
end of his
一
life.
生，
But we need
到尽头，
everyone to
到生
take
命的尽头。
responsibility
我们，
until
但我们需要每
2027,
个人都承
when
担
the
责任，
60th
直到
Heavenly
2027
Parents'
年
Day
庆祝
will be
第60届
celebrated.
天父母圣日。
You must become the
你
one,
必须成为
and America
成为
must
美
become
国，
the
也必须
country
成为一
that
个
can
国家，
lead
能够带领
humankind
人类
into
进入
the
天
arms
父
of
怀抱
Heavenly
的
Parent.
人或
So
国
what must
家。
be done?
那么必须
Since
做什么呢？
ACLC pastors
因为
each
每个
have their own
ACLC 的牧师都有
churches,
自己的
they must
教会，
become the
他们
messiahs
必须
of
成
their
为
tribal
各
messiah
自教
group
会宗族
within
弥赛
their
亚团体
respective
的弥赛亚。
congregations.
Thank you very much. So, because of time, let's
因为
hear
时间的关
the
系，
beautiful testimonies from some ministers and our second generations. So please, MC, our Yastaka, lead the meeting.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Yong, for sharing True Mother's words with us again. And for all the testimony givers, I'd just like to remind to try to please give a reflection of up to 3 minutes. And we definitely love to hear your reflections based on the June 5th Peace and Blessing Festival. And with that, to give our first reflection,
要分享
I'd like to
一
welcome
些人，邀请一些
Bishop
人作为
Rene
分享。
Balianes, who is the ACLC State Leader of New Jersey. So Bishop Balianes.
Good morning, everyone. Good evening or good afternoon,
大家早
as the case may be in your particular place. But we would like to welcome you to this morning's devotional and this opportunity for me to share what I got, what's my take on the
就分享这几天我的一些收获。
event. Dr. Yong, good morning to you. It's so nice to see
Good
you.
morning, good morning.
Dr.
Very happy to
Yong,
see you. Yeah, right.
My take is we had a watch party at Dr. Greg Agulan's place, and there were about 10 of us there. And we had enjoyed, of course, the snacks and all that they had prepared there.
有带10个人，我那个地方
That listening to at the start of that particular program that we've had at 6 o'clock. But I would like to bring you a little
就是开始6点的时候，我们一起的参加。
after she was introduced by Bishop Jones, she spoke of wonderful reminders.
Bishop John 介绍正母亲之后，他讲话
that this world continues to suffer.
再次的提醒我们所有人，
This world,
这
especially
个
the United
世界
States of America,
持续的一个受苦，
in the fulfillment of the
因为美国是忘记自己的角
At
色
the。same time, I could not take off from my head noticing that Mother Moon
所以
looks
在
so
这个时
tired,
候，
but she's full and she's filled with love.
正母亲也是很疲惫。
I know she's tired, but when I look at her face,
我知道正母亲是很疲倦
I
的，
see a
但是看到正母亲的脸，
that we who are young, that we who are leaders
我
of
们
our
年轻的一
churches
辈指导者在我们教会里，
to
必
do
须要
what is
接
right,
受这样子的挑战，
to do what is needed for us to save.
能够做我们可以做的事情，为了世界。
You can just imagine she gives everything up,
我们可以了解
even
到，
at the issue of her health, at the issue of her physical needs. She comes to America, she travels a lot.
这正母亲
She
来
opens
到
some of
美
the
国，超越她
institutions
肉体的
of the
极
Family
限，
Federation and the unification movement. The renovation of
才开启
New
了
York
世界和平统一家庭联合会
expand
的设立，
the horizon and expanding the opportunity for us to work together and for us to spread the love and spread the word.
让
and the
我们
message.
所有不同宗教人一起的合作同工，推动
Not only that I was
推动
encouraged,
和平。
but also
我也
best
是
of
受
all,
到鼓
I
励，
am and I was blessed. Thank you so much for the
我
opportunity.
也
I
是
cannot
同
thank
时也接
God
受了
enough
这
for
个
the
这样子的
opportunity
祝
to
福，
listen to her and to witness how
有这个机会
how
听
eloquent
到正母
the
亲这样子
messages
的讲
that
话，
she always had been given to all of us.
这个
Let's
信
work
息对我
together.
们很重要。
Let's
Wow.
move forward with
我
her.
们一起同工吧。
Thank you so much, Pastor Rune Palenas. Thank you for your deep sharing. 감사합니다. Thank you.
谢谢
Thank you
你
very
的分
much,
享。
Bishop Balianes. And next, I'd like to invite up Mr. Terushi Nakaza, who is part of the GPA Heavenly USA team from Brooklyn, New York.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Yong. Good morning to all the leadership. Like he said, my name is Terushi Nakaza, and I'm part of the Heavenly USA GPA team. And I wanted to share a specific experience that I had in reaching out to a pastor and them being able to receive the holy wine and hopefully try
我
to
们的一些牧师接受的圣酒是，
yeah. Basically, I started off with like about a month and a half ago. I was going through the whole experience, cold calling churches and stuff like that.
一个半月以前呢。
for this event, but actually not so much was happening. A lot of rejections, a lot of
我是邀请一些人参加
observations
这个
and
活
stuff
动，
like that, which was not such a big problem.
很
But
多人
I
拒
came
绝
to
我，
Heavenly USA to make an impact. I really wanted to reach out to these ministers, to these pastors, and to connect them. Right, the goal is ultimately
但是
to
我是
receive
期
the
待
blessings
就
of
是
this
希望能
world,
够一
for
起
them
跟
to
牧
receive
师
the
们一
blessing.
起
And
互动，
so one night I just went outside. I was
希望他
like,
们能
very
够领受
intentional.
祝福。
God, like I'm here right now. I'm
那
here
有一天晚上
right now.
我很
reaching out
努
to
力的、很
pastors,
积
and I
极
want
的
to make
祷
a
告，我已经
difference.
在这里
I
了
don't want to，
让
just
天父能
have
够
the
祝福。
experience where I'm just ending the year off by calling pastors and stuff like that, just having a good time ending the year. But I really want to make a difference right now. So I offered that up to God, and actually the very
所以
next
那时候
day,
他
things
更是
started
很迫切的
happening.
祷告，
God
希
seemed
望有
more receptive.
带来
And that Sunday, I was actually asked to offer a prayer at one of the churches I visited, and that led to me giving a sermon the next week. And then I was creating this relationship with that pastor more and more. And then I got connected with his mother. That pastor actually is not married yet, but his mother has been married. And so yeah,
所以
ultimately
这
the
个牧
goal is not
师
just
他
to
拜
build
访是还没
relationships
有
with these
结婚
people
呢，
or to give sermons or
但
to
是
inspire these
他的
people,
母
but
亲
it's to give the blessing to these people. And so my goal is, okay, how
他
can
希
I
望也
share the
是
blessing
把
with them?
想把这个
And I
祝
was
福
thinking
给
like
他
a
的会
lot.
众。
And so I was building this relationship, and I was okay, I want to invite them to one of the watch parties that we're hosting in Brooklyn. And yeah, things happened little by little. Eventually, they agreed to come, and I'm so excited in my heart. And the day of the watch party comes, and
然后
then
到最后
the
他
bishop
们也
who
他努力邀请的时候，
before
他邀请
my
的对象都
actually
愿
her
意
husband
来
actually
参
passed
加。
away, but she was still there. She came and she was willing to receive the blessing or the holy wine during that time. And then when all the couples went up to receive the blessing, she was still sitting down. And I was just wondering, oh no, like, is she okay? And I reached out to her, like tapped her on the back, like, are you able to go up to receive the holy wine? And she just kind of nods at me and just smiles, and she just continues sitting down. And I'm like really like nervous, so like scared, like, oh my god,
他
like
他
this
就
is the
看到那
moment, this is what
个
happens
那
now.
个那个人
But
就坐在那边还没有上去
yeah, it was
领受
actually that her knees were pretty
圣
bad,
酒
and she couldn't stand up for very long. So when the official
因为他的
ceremony
膝
actually
盖有问
happened,
题。
she went up and then she received the holy wine. But in that moment, I just felt so much like joy and so much excitement. Like, oh my gosh, like she's receiving it. This is what it's all about. She's doing it. And I was like so excited, so happy. And yeah, she received the holy wine, and I'm gonna continue investing and reaching out to her to follow up with her so that she can receive the 43 days as well. But the craziest thing about this all is that this all happened within like a month and a half period. And it really like pushed me to recognize that actually spiritual and true parents are like just everything needs to happen right now. Like
所以感受到这一个半夜的时间，就是感到
we
灵
can't
界在
wait.
动工的很
God
强。
is ready to prepare like so many people out there. As long as we're ready to reach out to them, invest into
所以
them.
好像我们不能够
So
再
for
等待，很
example,
多人
like
在
Mr.
期待
Davis,
了，所以
how
神已经
prepared
准
like
备很多人
people
了。
are and how ready they are to receive the blessing. And how we just need to go
所以
on
很多
forward
人已
to
经
reach
准
out
备
to
要
those
接受
specific
祝
people
福
and
的
find
心
them.
情。
Yeah, thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Trusi Nakaja. Wow, you are Shogo, brother. So handsome boy. I love your family name, Nakaja. It means it like looks like Korean language. Nagaja means let's go out and then do something. Your family name, all your entire life, Nagaja. Let's go
所以
out
他
do
的姓
something.
是听起
Wow,
来韩
thank
国
you very much.
话听起来就是可以做
Thank you,
做事情
Terushi.
吧。
And next, I'd like to call on Mr. Theo Wilson. Yeah, second generation representing Subregion 2.
Hi. Can everyone see me?
Yes, I can see you. Beautiful.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't normally
早
sign
啊
up for these morning devotions, so thank you for having me. I'm really just literally very much a guest. I don't really attend these very much, so it's an honor to be a part of it this time.
我比较少
Yeah, I
参
just
加
wanted
这
to
个
share
晨更。
my feelings and reflections upon seeing
我想
some
分享我的
of the
感
things
受，
leaders said this weekend. I
一些正母
was
亲所
at
说的
one
一
of
些话，
our
在
elder
这个周末的
secretaries'
时候，
house at a big gathering, and I haven't been at one of these big gatherings
在
in
一
a
个
while
比
either.
较年长的二世的家
And
聚会，
there were probably about 30 young adult second gen in their mid 20s, early 20s, and then a few of us older ones who were in our 30s and mostly
大概有30位左右的二世聚集在一起。
And I was kind of moved by some of the things that she had said because I don't really just watch these things because they're there. Like I watch it because there's something that there's something that maybe I should hear. And so
我不是只是单纯只是去参加了，但是我是想，好好的听母亲的讲道。
Often I don't really hear something new. It's a lot of times it's like repetitive. It's like the same kind of message, and maybe usually it's for people that haven't really heard things from True Mother before. So she's
那很多时候会感受到，有些事情是有一点重复性，但是我这一次是想就是好好的听这母亲讲话的一些其他的最重点。
Really at the center of the church in like the northeast area. But this time around, I was kind of surprised by some of the things she said. So she
这次听到这母亲讲了很特别的事情，尤其是一些很重要的重点。
Like the chronological order of how things unfolded in the providence. And one of the biggest things that I felt that she made, one of the biggest points that kind of struck me was the
有一个重点对我非常感动是。
In World War II and how we kind of
在美国二战之后的使命是什么？
Really a failure in
其实已经是失败了。
In its mission to facilitate the coming of two parents, because the United States left Korea divided. And that really was
所以，因为美国的没有尽上他的责任，造成南北韩分裂的一个命运。
I've grown up with my father. My father's a theologian. Like I grew up with these things. I know these things. Like we've all been to workshops. We've all heard these same providential, chronological. We've all heard that story over and over again. Like this is how things unfolded, and then two parents were born, and then second generation are here, and now you have to get up and do stuff. Like we all heard the same thing over and over again, but actually I don't think anyone has made it so clear that it was actually this far ahead before we were born that the United States already failed, and that your parents came here to pick up the pieces.
就是跟母亲说，美国，
So like not only did things happen.
其实我们还没有出生以前，美国已经在使命上、设立上已经失败了。
Korean Christianity, but also big failure in part of America before two parents ever even got to this country.
在曾父母来到美国之前，美国其实在设立上没有尽上他的责任，造成南北韩分裂这件事情上，已经算是一个失败的一个。事实。
And then the other items that really got to me were some of the things that she had shown to be really areas that kind of pull at your heartstrings, that are meant to be more. These are kind of like her issues that really kind of. It's almost these are like the issues that define our century, the 21st century, or especially as main issues in the United States, like gun violence, climate change, and racial injustice. These kinds of things.
特别是美国有枪械的问题。
The United States is dealing with as a country. Really, the world is dealing with these issues, but the United States is kind of like the very forefront of these issues right now. And to hear a religious leader care as much about them as True Mother does and make that her central to her mission is not really common at all. Maybe the only person that might mention those three things would be the Pope. So I think True Mother is
所以詹姆金
I think
真
she's
正就把一些美国
really
目前
representing God
重大的问题，比如枪械的问题，
very
再次在他演讲
succinct
当中
and
提醒。
way by making those issues at the front and not something that's just religious, not something that's just about, you know, something that only
而不是只是
religious
强
people can
调
relate to, but something that really all of us can relate to.
宗
So I
教
was very
宗教性的议题，
moved by that.
但是
Like
现
I
实的
we
问
already,
题，
you know,
他
those of
这一
us
次
who
的
are
演
very
讲
close
当
to
中能够
Bishop,
提及
we
到。
know that she cares about those things. But the fact that she made that a center point of her speech this past weekend,
而且
I
把这
think it
个
really
美国
says something about how
重
important
要的
we are to
重大的
her.
问题， 变
So
成他
I'm
这
a
次
very
演讲的
secular
主
person. I don't
轴，
really do
这
a
是
lot
很
of
特别的。
devotion, and like I said earlier, I'm not very involved in a lot of church activities, but I do find, but
我
to
估
me,
计
like
是很
if
少
you're
参与很
not
多教会的活
addressing
动。
those three issues, then I don't really know what you're doing. Like I'm not exactly sure how important you really are. That's kind of how I see it, you know. And so
所以过去
when
可能
she
不
said
太
those
真
three
正了
things,
解
I
真
was
母
like,
亲的重
okay,
要性了。
I'm in, you know. And and I think a lot of second gen and first gen who are not interested in the movement, and that's a lot of people, as you all know, that's a lot of people. If they knew this about True Mother,
有
if they
些
knew
一
that
世
this
二
these
世
were
对我们
her
整个统一
pet
运动不是很
issues
有兴
that are
趣。
personal to her, that would be really inspiring. But a lot of them don't. They just kind of dismiss, you know, church is church, whatever, right? So so I was really inspired by that. I was a little bit confused when she quoted President Trump, because President Trump is not president anymore, and he's highly divisive and very controversial figure at this point, and Facebook has banned him for 2 years.
就是谈
You
到
know,
就
he is not
是
a person that we should be
川普，
quoting
川
and
普可能是比
associating
较
with
争议
as a
性的
leader,
人。
to be really honest with you. But I understand that she's trying to make a point that a very prominent person said that her husband should not have been incarcerated. I understand that.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's fair.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I know where her heart is, so I know like that wasn't the main point. It came off as political to me, right? And I'm not a very church-going person, and so anybody like me is going to see that and be like, that was a political move. But aside from that, I really respect those three things, and if your mother can just focus mostly on those three things,
所以真母亲
racial
强调那
injustice,
三个重
climate
点，
change,
让他非常感
gun
动。
violence, that will unite
就是
America. Those three things unite America, you know.
是
And so I was very proud
就
of her
是
that she
枪
said
械
those
的
things.
枪
And
的
she,
问
it
题，
like shook her
还有
even
就是
day.
种
Yes,
族
thank you very much
种族议
um,
题，
for
少数的
sharing.
Thank you for interrupting.
少数民族
Thank
的
you,
种
thank
族
you,
的问
Theo
题。
Wilson. Beautiful. You're very much profounding of sharing. You made it.
也
Thank
也
you.
感谢你，
Thank you.
Yeah,
你
thank you
做
very much
很
for
完整的
sharing.
分享。
And I do want to remind all the people who are sharing that we do have a lot of people still lined up who can offer incredible testimonies as the ones that we've already heard. So again, I'd like to remind you to please try to keep your sharing within 3 minutes so that we can hear everyone's.
希望大家能够分享，在短短
Thank you so
3分
much,
钟
Mr.
时间能够
Wilson.
分享完
And
毕。
next, I'd like to call upon Selena Ojeda, who is part of the GPA Heavenly USA team here in New Jersey. So please unmute yourself.
Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you, Dr. Nice to see you, Dr. Young, and everybody here.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm really nervous. But yeah, I just really want to share from my heart. I'm a second year participant in GPA, training to do a
我
third
在
year.
GPA 第2年了。
And I'm originally from Florida, but yes, I'm here in the Ocean Church. And yeah, I just want to share about True Mother's event. We did a watch party, and basically, yes, yeah, we were gonna do it at a church. And the pastor's name is Pastor Peace, and his wife's name is
所以他在那一天参加一个教会，那个教会的刚刚讲了2个人的名字，
yeah.
那个牧师的名字。
Yes, going into it, yeah. In the beginning, yeah, we're not like we're setting up the TVs, and it was like, like Satan really attacks these precious moments. The TVs like were not working, and like tech stuff, and we're like, oh my gosh, and we were just there, and yeah, I guess to like build the spirit, we started singing, and so because the spirit was kind of awkward, so we were like singing and preparing the atmosphere. And I think it was like really a spiritual battle. I think in the beginning, like we're all like praying, like, please God, like, oh my God, like, or help us prepared. And we're planning to bless the pastor and his wife, and maybe anybody in the congregation too who comes. So yeah, it was just like a spiritual battle at the beginning.
对，他好像是参加表演团队，在开始之前，他们有这个表演。
Yeah, actually, I was also praying a lot for a guest that I invited personally.
有一个传的对象，他自己邀请。
It's been so incredible. The experience I had, because I've never been like church visitation or anything before. Yeah, it's my first kind of experience, and actually,
他首先可能是第一次的体验吧。
we did one day of fundraising.
也是做了1天的募金，在纽泽西那个地方。
His name is Mr. Ira, and so yeah, long story short, because
他也碰到有一位。
He's very open. He's like 35 years old. He has really strong faith in God.
在35岁左右的先生，他也有强的信仰，邀请他们夫妻参加。
To the pastor's church, and yeah, we watched the whole event together, and it was like quite a bit of people there, and
然后他们一起参加，然后一起上整个大会的。
to allow us to do the blessing there, because we had to get permission, and so yeah, once we got the okay.
所以在那个教会里面一起给他们祝福。
I was like, oh my gosh, it's happening, because I've never like experienced like the blessing ceremony like in person, so I was so excited. I was like, oh, that's what my parents did. Yeah, that's so cool. And yeah, so once we
在那个教会里面给予祝福嘛，给予圣酒嘛。
See like the chastening, like chastening ceremony and like everything. I was like, wow, it's so beautiful. So actually like three couples got blessed.
Wow.
Yeah. And one of them was Mr. Ira and his wife.
3个。
Yeah, what really moved me was
3个夫妻啊，在他邀请的3个夫妻有得到祝福。
Like right after he kind of like shared a few words, and he shared a lot about his childhood and like the bad environment.
他也跟他们分享他的他成长的过程。
Yeah, basically, I really took it as like he felt like God didn't love him before he came to the church.
感受到这个神，开始的时候不是感受不到神的爱。
Went through this blessing ceremony, he felt like, wow, actually, like God loves me. God loves me so much.
对，参加祝福的时候，感受到神还是很爱这个传道对象。
Yeah, like so much hope, because before
感受到，因为通过祝福找到很多的希望。
Hour and 10 minutes, like him sharing his heart about like his childhood, like the same thing he shared to everybody, and he was also sharing about like his problems in his relationship with his wife, like it wasn't going well, and yeah, it was just like
也是跟他们分享他们的那个夫妻的关系，就是跟他的太太的关系，
Yeah, I was so moved.
跟他们分享。
Blessing, and which was so like what was really funny was that like we were really worried that like Pastor Peace, like wouldn't let us like do the blessing there. Like we were worried, okay, people to like allow us to give the blessing or not. But right after, like Mr. Takino-san, which is the assistant pastor of the Clifton Family Church, he like and also Pastor Peace, like actually Pastor Peace was so open to like and very encouraging actually for the 43-day process, like right after, they're like very strong about it, like especially Pastor Peace. I was like, oh my gosh, Pastor Peace is like really encouraging, like really encouraging the couple, Mr. Ira and his wife. And I was just like, wow, oh my God. Like, yeah, I feel like, this is what like Heavenly Yosemite's mission is all about, like really investing into these John the Baptist figures that True Mother needs so desperately right now in our movement. And yeah,
所以
I'm
感
just
受
like
到
very
他
sad.
的邀请的那个牧师是很积极、
Yeah, it's just
很
just
支
funny because
持
Mr.
啊
Baptist shared with
好
me
像
that
是圣母亲真的是要像他这样子的
43-day
世袭
process.
案
Actually,
人
they're
物
gonna
能够来
start. They're
参
both
与了。
gonna start this Sunday. Yeah, they're both gonna start this Sunday together. So Pastor Peace and his wife, and also Mr. Ira and his wife. Oh my gosh, yeah.
所以他们在这个礼拜天开始这43天的这个条件。
Yeah, thank you so much, Selena, for such a inspiring testimony. And next, I'd like to invite up Koki Tamura, who is leading YCLC out in Subregion 5.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dr. Yong.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm from the Bay Area, California. So this is the first time that I've joined National Devotion in a very long time. So I do want to thank the devotion team and Reverend Wilson, the sub-regional director, and Dr. Young for having me give a testimony today. And I wanted to share about my experience at a watch party. So I mean, first of all, I think Saturday was amazing. It was wonderful. I think it was the best event that I've seen, period. But that aside, I
所
really
以
feel that
礼拜六的活动是真的是他最感受到最好的活动。
Again, I wanted to share my experience attending a watch party. I attended it at a local
对他来讲是很有意义的。
local church family's home, very beautiful home, the Leroy family. And we had 15 guests, some who were blessed, some who were coming just as guests, as Christian pastors. And so it was a very warm,
有一些
and it was
贵宾，尤其是基督教会的牧师。
by the Lowry couple. They were the ACLC couple that was recently blessed, and it was just, for me, I really enjoyed. I mean, I thought what Mother said was so profound and so clear. But I was so moved by the video. Thank you, media team. I really thought the video and the testimonies of the first and second generation
内容是
was really
很广泛的， 很深入的谈话。
For the first time, hearing these events or like attending like these blessings that we've done in the past when we were doing these in person, I felt that for the first time the blessing was so tangible. It was so clear what it looked like, what the people were receiving, like what they were able to experience, what they were able to feel. That change of heart was so clear hearing the testimonies. And like I said, the Lowry couple, again, they're an ACLC couple, recently blessed. They
就是邀请了几个牧师，参加 ACLC 的牧师参加这一次的祝福典礼，他们有很深刻的感触了。
They weren't together. They were not divorced, but they were separated for 8 years.
但是有一个夫妻，他们已经分开8年的那个牧师夫妇。
Finalized their divorce, and then their spiritual parents, the Leroys, they kind of came in and saved the day, and really just through their jaksarang and their love for the Lowry couple, they were able to be educated and receive the blessing. And
通过再次的接受祝福的教育，两个人分开了8年的牧师夫妇重新领受祝福。
Is true parents, is the mother of peace, and even now, the wife, Dr. Lowry, she wasn't familiar with ACLC, but all she does is just heap praise to True Mother. She even calls her True Mother, and it's just so profound because I feel that.
所以他因为非常感动，所以这个牧师呢，就是一直称呼真母亲。
Saying true parents to people who don't know who true parents are, but they could say that.
那些牧师们不太了解真父母，但是他们还是直接称呼真父母。而且他们都直接领受来自真母亲给予的祝福。
We can call them the two individuals who can take Jesus' mission and who can come as true parents. And so I was so moved. And then one after the other, more and more of the guests for sharing their own testimonies and saying how we need the blessing. We need the blessing to change America, and we need the blessing to change.
所以我们需要这个祝福来改变美国，改
So
变
anyways,
世
the
界。
point is, I was just so grateful and so moved by all the testimonies that were
重
given.
点是我是非常
Testimony of just how
感
the
动
blessing
了，
changes lives. I think that's really
就是听
the
到
power
那些
of
牧师们的
of course,
见证。
receiving that grace, but through testifying about it, then we can testify to true parents. Just like the Lowry
通过这样子领受他们的
I just want to
他们领受
share
恩惠，我们听到他们的见证，我们也可以见证真父母的机会。
I feel that YCLC is going to be right there with her, right there with ACLC. The next day, for the first time, 10 high school students were able to join us in church witnessing, which is very big, which was very different. And I feel that they just catch True Mother's vision and heart, and they know that ACLC can really testify to the true parents. And so that's what I wanted to share. It was a wonderful event. Thank you, True Mother. Again, thank you, Dr. Yong. Thank you, everybody.
所以感谢
Really wonderful sharing. Thank you so much.
感谢有
Thank
这一
you.
次的祝福 LCAC 的参与，牧师们的感动。
Next, I'd like to call on Mr. Joshua Fontaine, who is the YAM Youth and Young Adult Ministry Coordinator for Canada.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Oh, Joshua!
Dr. Yong.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll share briefly just about the watch party that I also held here for the youth in Canada. We had two different watch parties for the youth. We had one for the guys and one for the girls in the community, so anyone could share a little more deeply and openly if they wanted to. And I'm not gonna lie, I was slightly skeptical of holding a watch party personally, because I'm not a big fan of online watch parties. But this also did change my
所以我本身
perspective
比较
a little
少
bit. We're like so
线
far
上
apart
参
in
与，
Canada, everyone's really distanced anyway, and then you take a lockdown
因为
and
在
you
加
haven't
拿
seen
大
each
是
other
很
in
广，
quite a very long time. And so
会
when
员
we
可能
came on
不
the
彼此
watch
不是
party,
常常见面。
there was a few of the youth who expressed they weren't even planning to watch the event. In fact, some of them still thought it was, like our old rallies of like 3 hours plus, long message,
有些人
lots
可
of performances and everything. They were
感
like,
觉
you know
以
what,
为
I
是
wasn't
一
planning
个
to join,
很长3
I
个
heard there
小
was
时
a
的
watch
大会。
party, and I thought, hey, that'll be cool. You know what? Let me hop in and join that. And then not only did they enjoy the watch party, but then they realized,
Watch party
wow,
是
it's
什
like
么？
God is rewarding me for coming on because the event was clear, it was short, there were camera
这个
angles,
大会
it was so well
是很短，
produced.
这
They
是
really
这
valued
个
the
1个小
effort that
时
was
的
going
一
into
个
the
这个
production
线上
quality.
的大会是
And
非常简短，而且
while there were
很
some
精
laughs
致。
about how much like even the phone number and the texting to be blessed was like advertised, they saw, you know what, there's value in like amount of follow-up that's following this event. So it was
对，
really
重
awesome
点
to
就
see. We
是
ended
通
up
过这个
me
活
and
动，
a
我们
couple
还
of them ended
有
up staying on
后
for
续
3
的
hours
教育
just
课
to
程，
we
后
talked
续的
about it
跟
during the
进。
event, and we also just were able to catch up. So it was a really, for me personally, it was really nice to be able to come on and do that. It changed my whole perspective of even doing these online watch parties. And I know there are so many youth in Canada that I didn't reach out to and I didn't get a chance to message. I'm sure there's even a few on this call because we haven't
对， 有
met,
很
I
多
don't know you super well. So that's on me to work even harder to get more people on, get more people connected and seeing it. I think just to wrap it up, like 2 other things.
是啊，希望将来可以找到更多人能够一起来参与
They
了。
could see how difficult it was to even like the blessing video at the very beginning. I'm sure those interviews were far longer than the 1 minute each couple was shown. They had so many things to say, and while it was all short clips taken, it really valued how it was the best parts of everything that they said compiled together. And that's not easy to
所以
cut
他
out
们
of
刚开始的时候就是有
so it really
有一
showcases
些
like the
一些夫妻做一些见证了，
each person's
所以这样子的
blessing
这个 小小的见证，每个不同夫妻的见证是最棒的部分
And
了。
also in the sisters group, my sister was telling me one of the biggest things that they saw was True Mother looked so confident and so powerful.
也看到他这母亲是非常有信心讲话的那种那种威严，很有气质，那个。
Such an inspiring woman leader.
尤其是他的妹妹看到这母亲有这么坚定，这母亲有这么坚定的来传达这样子重要的信息。
Thank you, Josh. And next, I'd like to call on Jario and Lena Gavin, who both share the district pastor position for District 9.
Good morning. Thank you, Reverend Young. Good morning, everybody. We're glad to be joining with you this morning. We had a great event here this Saturday, but I want to say that so much of this came because of the foundation of the last 4 or 5 months. A lot of prayer conditions. Here we had Miri Kamori, one of our pastors in our district, started a 40-day chain fast. And just so many conditions were set for this, and I really felt like
对，就是有这好几个月，他们树立了一些精神的条件，连续进食，就是借力进食的条件等等。
And we've just had some incredible members of our community reaching out to people, visiting churches, inviting me to keep going out to different places, but.
对他们，也是积极，也很努力的去拜访很多教会。
Had this great idea that they invited a lot of people to bring food, and they said, if we invite them to bring food, we definitely know they're going to show up. So we had a great mix of people, and we had over 45 people, maybe 50 people there, including I think 4
40-50个人参与。
And one of the really exciting things to me was to see also second-gen couples that were coming out too, and their families, their kids were playing in our playroom during the event, but they all got to be there. So to see so many different people get
也是有很多一些二世的家庭参与的当天的大会。
I just wanted to show some of the pictures here. We had so yeah, this was our room. We had people just loved sharing with this event, and they were so excited to be in this environment together. It was nice not to just
对，邀请了他们的传道对象参加当天的大会。
So we split off everybody. We asked everybody to get up out of your seat and sit with someone new, because we know so many times at these events.
所以他们看完这1个小时的大会之后，他们也可以留下来彼此分享他们的感动。
Connecting, and we had some great fellowship, food and love was shared after.
对，也是当天一起分享食物。
Locally that connected it, and a little message at the end. But just everybody was so grateful for the event. I feel like it's amazing.
每个人都感受到这个活动是非常很棒的。
A woman that's nearly 80 comes to America and really address so many kind of relevant topics and really hit home on it. But not just talking about those issues, but also offering a solution, a very clear solution. And I know so many of our minister friends, so many of our guests were so happy to hear that solution and got really excited about this blessing concept. And see, we had our kids here too.
对他们传道对象听到我们祝福的见证啊，对祝福的内容是可以解决很多问题，所以他们传道对象都很感动。
After World War II, when we couldn't kind of keep the family together, and the solution is the blessing. The solution is what true parents are bringing right now. And I felt like our ministers really got that. I was invited to come speak at some of their revivals coming up here. So they really understood that the family is the solution, and they were all asking, how can we?
所以他们听到母亲强调的内容也很感动，也对了解真正解决所有的问题就是来自家庭，家庭才是真正解决所有问题的重点。
Thank you so much for putting all this love and effort, and True Mother really just brought it down, and we really the Holy Spirit hit our community, so we really felt so loved and grateful. Thank you so much
也感谢本部努力把所有一切做得这么好，那也
Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Jerio. And to give us our final reflection, I'd like to invite up Mr. Josue
最后
Kisuli,
的
who
分
is the
享是
director of YSP in Subregion 3.
Thank you. Good morning, Dr. Yong. Good morning, everyone. Hope you can. I hope you can hear me well. Here, I'm driving.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So, I had a wonderful experience with Saturday's events. I think this was one of the best for me too.
礼拜六的活动
Particularly in terms of follow up, because that has always been my biggest struggle. I'm always asking
特别是
what's
就是后
next,
续的
you
照
know.
顾，这
So
是对
that's
他来讲是一个比较
and
难
that
的
was
事情。
addressed in this event. Really, there was a clear follow up path, and I appreciated that.
所以这个活动
My
后
family
续
hosted
的
a watch party,
照顾
and we
教
had
育
just
的
one
课程
guest,
对他
but
来
it
讲
was
是
a
很
really
清楚的
moving
一个方向
experience.
的，这一
This
点
is
是
a
他很感
pastor
谢。
that we've been developing a very close relationship with, and so I've been praying.
有一
I've been
个
praying for the past 40 days through the youth movement and just the morning devotion, making my Jack Sarang list. But every
所以
time I
他
would
过去
pray
40 天，
about
他
this
记了很
particular
大的精
pastor,
神的祷告
I
等
would
等。
feel the spirit calling me to reach out, but I was a little reluctant because I had invited him to so many things before that he never joined. So I was a little reluctant, but every time I would pray over his name, and I would feel the spirit really calling me
尤
to
其某
reach
些
out.
人他一直祷
So I think
告，
on
可是过去
Tuesday
邀
on
请他
Tuesday
们参
night,
加某些活
late
动，
at
他们都
night,
不太想参
before
加。但
going
是
to
每
bed, I
次祷
just
告到那
decided
个
to
人的名
call
字的
him
时候，
after
就感受
my
到灵界一直
prayers,
推
and
动，想要
I
让
call
这个
him
人来
late at
参与祝
night,
福。
and he responds, and to my surprise, he tells me that he had a spiritual experience where God showed him that I was guiding him to some place, you know, and he was wondering what was that all about. And then I reach out and invite him to have dinner with my family and watch the peace and blessing event. And for me, what that meant really is really that when God speaks to us, when we feel something, we need to act, because as God was speaking to me, God was also speaking to him, you know. So that was wonderful, and for the first time ever, he responded to my invitation, and he came on Saturday. We watched the event together, and we had a wonderful experience. Being divorced himself, he was so moved by the blessing testimonies, and I think I could see a lot of pain coming from him, but he turned to me. This has been maybe 15 years since he was divorced, and he just stayed single, and he turned towards me and say, I think it's time for me, and I want to receive the blessing too. Oh, and I was like, wow, okay, great. And but then as it went on, he say, is this arranged marriages? I'm like, yeah, you can say that, but there is more to it. And then he said, you know what? If you think about someone for me, I'm open to it. And I was just moved by
他
that,
有
you
一
know. He's
个
a
找到有
pastor,
一个
he's
找到
a
对
Christian
象吧，
pastor, and he's
他已
much
经
older, and
离婚
just
了
for
10
him to be
几年
open
了。
and asking me
但
to
是
find
他
a
说，这
spouse
个
for
是
him
被安排的
was
婚姻吗？
really
那他如果是的
heartwarming,
话，
you know. So
如果能够找到好
as
的对
the
象，他
event
也
went
想要
on
参与
and
这个
it
祝
was
福。
time for mother to speak, I started to pray. Well, I don't know what mother is going to say, but God allowed that he receives
那
it
我不知
well,
道
you
什
know.
么，
So
这
I
母
was
亲
just
想会
praying.
讲什么，但
But
是
to my biggest
然后
surprise,
他也
as
是直
mother
接的
was
祷告。
speaking, he turned towards me again. He said, wow, this is so good. Mother Moon has so much wisdom. You know, I think
所以他
he said that maybe 3
所以
times.
他
And
听他
I
的
felt
传道对象
I
听
felt
到这
so
个正母亲
overjoyed
讲
by
的话，
that
就
and
感受了很
relieved
大的刺激，
relieved
就
that
哇，
he
正母
was
亲很有
receiving it
智
so
慧。
well. You know, I say, oh, true. Mother Moon has so much wisdom. And he said that over and over.
他感受到这母亲很有智
I
慧。
felt, yeah, I felt so moved by that and inspired. So at the end, I thought, yeah, maybe since he's very inspired, let's do something here. So I asked him, what do you want to do next? You know, now you have heard this wonderful message. What do you want to
所以
hear?
他参加
What
这
do you
母
have to
亲
do?
的
Then he
大个
said
大会之
he
后，
said
他
to
是问
me
他
that
想要做什么，
you tell me
那
whatever
他
you
回答
want to
说
do. I'm down for it. I'll do it with you. So I asked him if he would like to host a True Family Values seminar at his church, and he said yes. That sounds like a good idea.
所以
Let's
他
do
是
it.
他
And then right away
他
we
他说，
compared
哎，如
we
果
compared
有机会
calendars.
参加
He
真
tells
家
me that
庭
June
的教义，
July is a
那
good
你
month.
想要吗？他很乐
We
意，
can
他
do
非
it
常
in
乐意，他
July.
想
So
要
he
参
would
与，
like to host.
在
Yeah, he
7
would
月
like
份
to
想要
host.
参
Yeah,
加。
he would like to host a True Family Values seminar in his church. You know, so that was wonderful.
真家
And
庭
I was
价
just so
值
excited about
教育
that.
的内容，
Then
他有兴趣。
at the end of it all, I asked him to pray. And as he was praying, he said, God, we are ready to move forward under the guidance of Father and Mother Moon. And I was just, yeah, I was just, I was just so moved by that.
所以他最后请他祷告，所以祷告之后，他说：“哎，在这个是神将会带领他，在真父母带领之下，他会带领他的意
True
思。”
Mother is ready, and I think they're asking us to really move with them. And really, through all this, what came to me is that I need to get out of God's way and just let God use me and surrender more. So, anyways, I thought that was a good event, and that's my experience. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
帮我充电了。
Jose, your really wonderful experience and sharing. 감사합니다. Anyway, now I really appreciate all of you, your beautiful sharing. Please, brothers and sisters, you need to remind. We need to follow up. We need to
我
follow
们
up.
必须做后续的教育、后期的跟
40,000
进。
people registered. So without following
有
up,
4万
doesn't
人
make any
参
sense.
加。
Finish it just as a
如果
event. Now no more event.
这个是4万人参加，如果没有后续的教育，就是没有什么意
You
义。
know, my brothers and sisters, mother is
是
coming to America in December. So then continuously we follow up them, and
所
then
以这
we
母
need to
亲会
bear
12
fruit
月也来到美国，会来美
every
国，
day,
所以我
every
们要
month,
后续
every
的
week.
跟着
That is
去
our
推
job.
动，跟
No
后
more
续的
just
照
only
顾。
external event. Let
哎，
let
这个活动
all
不是
of
只
them
是外
receive
在
the
的，
blessing. Need to follow
让
thoroughly the process of the
让
blessing. That is our job to do from now on. Aju, I
所以
really,
我们的工
really
作就是让
happy
更
to
多人
hear
领受
from
祝福。
our pastor or our second
我很
generation.
高兴
Thank you so much
听
for
到
your
我们
sharing.
的牧师跟我们的二世们的
감사합니다.
见证。
Yes,
谢
thank
谢
you
大
so
家。
much to everybody who shared. And now we're going to be going into our breakouts. But I would also like to add a prompt in our breakouts. Let's share on what is our follow-up step. How are we planning on following up with our guests and our brothers and sisters?
那后续我们怎么
So with
做，
that,
怎么跟
please
进，
accept
请
the
大家彼
breakout
此分享
invitation.
这个
And
作
of
为
course,
我们
if
的
you are
分
here
享的重
attending
点。
alone, you can reflect on at this time. So let us go into breakouts.
好，进入彼此分享时间。
谢。
And welcome back, brothers and sisters. I hope you had a wonderful time sharing either your reflections, insights, inspirations, or maybe your follow-up plan. And we definitely love to hear them. I think today I was very interested in hearing Mrs. Etsuko Kaneko's plan on how or her sharing. So, and Mrs. Etsuko Kaneko, if you can please unmute yourself.
I never expected anything, that's why I start the engine. And the short time I talked with Milhan because, I couldn't do ACLC, the work, the limited time and the family situation. So I just decided to how to witness the coworker. So then the coworker, most of them are not religious, especially Japanese. So I asked,
所以他传道一些日本的
universal
日本
principle
人呢，
different from Asia, like Buddhism and any other religious or non-religious can hear. So then, if it's that kind of way, I can invite the more the co-workers natural way. That day, June 5th, we had a co-workers barbecue party. The many the co-workers family I met and like more peaceful atmosphere there. So then I think I have to really to create those atmosphere outside the company. And then one of that co-worker already short time joined that peace this rally. So I wanted to really care with her and then also testify that the more different way. That's I talk to him. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. 에치코 카네코-상 감사합니다.
Thank you, Mrs. Kaneko. And yes, brothers and sisters, please continue to share your experiences, your inspirations to many more people. And also, this morning devotion is the place where we can start our day receiving such inspiration from God. So please continue to invite your brothers and sisters, especially your Trinity
是
members,
请大家
which will be an
此时
incredible
去邀
foundation
请
laying for your
其他三
following
家
day
庭
devotions
一
as
起
well.
来参与。
And of course, we have our own personal Jeonsung that we'd like to offer. And as Dr. Yong mentioned before, breaking new records every single day that we join morning devotion is a new record that we're joining and extending. So also into the chat, if you look, there is the donation link and also at the bottom of my screen. And so please feel free to give from your heart on any amount that will really helpful and be supportive in the Morning Heart Devotions ministries. So thank you very much.
请大家也踊跃的做这个诚恳的奉献。
I'd like to invite up Mrs. Stephanie Diaz, representing the YCLC New York City group. So Stephanie.
Thank you, Yasu. Good morning, Dr. Yong.
Yeah,
Sorry,
good
good morning,
morning.
everyone. Hi, oh, Dr. Young, we love you so much. Oh my
Me
gosh.
too, me too.
Yeah.
I love you.
This past week, I mobilized a team of high schoolers to the New England area because in New Jersey and New York, they had the GPA team, and Reverend Bismarck Bamfo called me and said, Stephanie, we need a team to mobilize. So I said,
所以
okay.
他带领一队大概高中生一起来动员。
And we just had an amazing experience. So I believe that everyone can sing, maybe not all that well, but I figured, as our final offering, we can offer this song to everyone here, to our true parents, to our true mother. So we will be singing Sarang He, and we filmed this video in Gloucester, Massachusetts as our final stop of our mobilization effort. So yes.
Hi everyone.
他找动员的孩子一起唱《撒浪嘿》。
Sarang
Bye, Dr. Yong. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Anyway, my dear brothers and sisters, last 3 days, it was a victory celebration. This is a victory celebration. Thank you so much. From tomorrow, we go back to, original way, our morning devotion. Once again, I really, really deeply appreciate our brothers and
所以
sisters
这
of
几天是我们
Taiwan
大家庆祝分享的时刻。从明天开始会回到正常的
Thank you very much.
时辰。
And to close up this entire morning devotion experience for today, I'd like to call on David Porterlance if he can offer the closing prayer.
Hey, please join me in prayer. Okay, dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much, Heavenly Father.
他的天父母再次感谢，
Heavenly Father, to live in a time
让我们有这个机会，
with True Mother, physically on earth.
能够有跟真母亲在这个世上的真母亲生活在一起。
Investment into this, into the event, Heavenly Father, and for the dedication of all the members, Heavenly Father, to really follow up and
所以我们的所有的会员努力的在做后续的推动教育的工作，
everyone back to you, Heavenly Father.
让更多人来到天的面前。
Please bless that as we go throughout these days, that we can really take you and inherit your heart, Heavenly Father. So thank you so much. We
让
know
我
we're not
们也
enough,
能够
Heavenly
来
Father.
继承天父母的心情。
We just want to thank you so much every single day.
所以我们是真的感谢每一天的生活。
And we're just so grateful. And so I want to pray and report this in the name of Dave Paparans, Son of Anu Paparans. Bless your family. Ajay.
Wow, thank you so much. Really beautiful prayer. My dear brothers and sisters, let's appreciate our beloved true mother. Let's give a
兄弟姐妹们，我们再次感谢真母亲，我们大大献上我们大的掌声。
Thank you, True Mother. We love you. 사랑합니다. And also, we love you too, Dr. Yong. Thank you so much for leading us into unity to be with our beloved True Mother. And with that, brothers and sisters, have a wonderful, blessed day, a victorious day, and we'll see each other tomorrow.
Hey, you got a victory. Thank you. 감사합니다.
Yeah.